Good day, my fellow South Africans. Today we are looking at a quick class starter exercise, and we're going to do this for the grade 11s and also for the grade 12s. So we're going to try and solve this problem. The problem reads as in a quadratic row, the 75th first difference is negative 607, and the second difference is negative 8. If the 10th term in the row is negative 423, they ask us to determine the general term in terms of Tn. Alright, so there's a few ways that we can do this, but from our grade 11 and grade 12 knowledge, we already know that we have a few ways how we can determine A. And some of the learners already pointed out to us that we have, normally we would say 2A is equals to the second constant difference, which is, we normally write it as D2. Alright, so in this case, D2 is given to us as negative 8. So we can substitute there negative 8, and then if I have 2A, I'm going to divide, I want only for A. So that means A is going to be equals to, I divide by 2 there, so that means A is equals to negative 4. Alright, so that's my first bit of information that I have and that I have used there. Then the second bit of information that I can use is when we go and we look at term number, the 75th first differences. Alright, so normally we would say A to the power of n squared plus bn squared plus c. Sorry, that's not bn squared, it's just bn. Alright, and if the power here is 1, that is my general term. If the power is 1, this is going to be, what is my T1 going to look like? T1 will be equals to A plus B plus C. Let's do T2 quickly. So T2 will be, so that's going to be A times with 2 squared, which is 4 what? 4A, and then times 2B plus C. Now, how do we know that this is a quadratic pattern? Because there's no first constant difference. But however, and let's also do term 3. Term 3 is going to be what? It's going to be 9A plus 3B plus C. In a arithmetic pattern, a rekenkundige ry, we would say at this point, and this is basically what we're forming here. No? So we will have term 1, we will have term 2, but if I go subtract this from that, I will see that there is now a constant difference. Because term 2 minus term 1, in this case, is going to be equals to term 3 minus term 2. And that is true. Alright? So that is how I got to that D2 there. But if I subtract here, and the difference is right here, is going to be now we have a arithmetic row forming here. So what is the difference if I subtract 4A, I have 4A and I subtract A. What is that going to be? 3A. Alright, and then if I have 2B and I subtract B, plus B. If I have 9A and I subtract 3, alright, sorry, I forgot about the C. If I have C and I subtract C, it falls away. If I have 9A and I subtract 4A, what am I left with? 5A. And if I have 3B and I subtract 2B, plus B. Now, without even writing the fourth term, or go work it out the fourth term, can you see there's a arithmetic pattern forming here? Yes. What is going to happen? A increases by 2 and B increases by? B doesn't increase. B is a constant. Do you see there? So that means my next one is going to be 7A plus B. But if we go look at now, they said the 71st one of this. So that means we need to continue with this. How many times? 75 times. But do we have the time to do that? No. But we can see a pattern. What is the pattern? So that means the 75 first difference, D1, this is most D1. The 75 first difference is going to be equals to what? You can tell me. It's going to be 75 times 2 plus 1A plus B. No? So what is that give me? That gives me 150 plus 1 is equals to 151A plus B. And that equates to what was the answer? What did they give us here? That equates to, just want to check there. This, they said that this answer was negative 607. So now we go substitute there. This answer is going to be equals to negative 607. But do we already have the value of A?
Yes.
Yes. What is the value of A? Negative 4. So we substitute there into that place, negative 4. So that's going to be negative 4 that we substitute. Now, Lino says that if I multiply 151 by negative 4, I'm going to get negative 604. Just check that on a calculator, please, someone. Yes. Isn't it? And so if I take the negative over, all right, so what do we have there? So that's going to be B, and then I'm going to subtract on both sides, so that's going to be negative 606, 17 minus 604, but that's a plus. So my answer for B is negative 3. So what is the only remaining value that I still need to determine here? Anyone? Any suggestions?
C.
C. How do you think we can determine C? What we're going to do now is we're going to substitute term number 10. Because term number 10 is equals to, what is the A value again? Negative 4. What is the N value here? 10. What is the squared? Minus, what is the B value? Negative 3. What is the A value? N value is 10. And then the C value is currently still unknown. So therefore I'm going to say that is plus C. But they said term 10, or the 10th term is equal to what? So I'm going to write here negative 423. Let's simplify that. 10 squared, thank you Edwil. Edwil says is 100 times with 4 is equals to negative 400. 10 times 30. 10 times 3 is equals to negative 30 plus C. If I take that over, so it's 423 minus 400, which comes a plus, so that becomes negative 23, and then plus 30 is going to be equals to 7. So C is equals to 7. So that means we have therefore an answer of Tn is equals to, what is the A value? Negative 4n squared minus 3n plus 7. Now I have my answer, and I always go test my answer because I could have made a calculation error somewhere. Alright, so I go test my answer. How do I test my answer? If I substitute back into this answer 10, what am I supposed to get? Negative 423. Now I'm a little bit lazy, and I'm going to use my calculator. So I'm going to teach you or show you how to check this on the calculator. All you type into your calculator is negative 4 bracket squared 4 to the power of 2 bracket, what is the next value there going to be? Minus 3 bracket and then plus 7. They basically could have, so I'm just checking, I should substitute in there 10 and I should substitute there in 10. as well. They could have asked you to determine the first 3 rows, or the first 3, not the first 3 row, or the first 3 terms. Then all you have to do is you need to go there, put in 1, and then you have your answer. Term number 1 is going to be 0. If you substitute in there, so if term number 1 is 0, term number 2 will be what? Then you just do the substitution like this. You put in there 2, then you get your answer. So it's 0, then negative 15. And if I want to determine the third term, is going to be 3 right there. So I then just substitute into that like that. And there's my question answered like that. So that term, or this quadratic row, looks like, if I was to write down the first 3 terms, it's going to be 0, negative 15, and then my next number would have been negative 38. They could have given you, now we're working from the back, they could have given you this and asked you to determine the general row like that as well. But now they switched it totally around and they asked you other way around. Right? So that's good, having practice with seeing stuff on another way, because what happened in maths, they show you the whole time the one thing, and then what comes into exam, they show you on the other way. But if you use your brain and you think, there is a solution. Sometimes we only struggle to get the solution within the given hour or the time that we have in that exam. So that's all for me for now.